Here's a GE model front load dryer, and I recently replaced the items in the repair kit, which are this belt, the drive belt, this upper bearing assembly, you can see that. It's a whole plastic part, and then there's four little glides that it sits on, so you can kind of see them. If I push it away, there's a gray one, and then the white ones. Now what I want to do is, I couldn't find a video for this, so I wanted to share it. After doing this, replacing the belt, the bearing housing, and the glides, I noticed that the dryer actually sounds, I'll say it louder. When I took this apart yesterday, all three glides were gone. Only one was left. And this housing, the bearing housing itself, was cracked. Broke off. You can see it from the inside of the dryer. So imagine this whole piece was gone. It was not gone, but completely cracked. And over the years, I've used duct tape to keep it together, and it worked well. But it was time to replace, so I did that. So you can see how they're different. So you got the old, I don't know, white eggshell color, and then the new replacement gray. Everything else is fine in here, but you'll notice the noise, and I just could not find a video on what does it sound like after replacing this. So maybe you help find this useful to you. I've taken off the top. Obviously there's just two bolts, screws. Set this top to the side, and you can actually do this without taking off this control panel. So let's turn it to less dry, and for sake of not having to deal with the heat, turn it to no heat. Then turn it to start, right? Okay, so we'll do this, do that, make sure it's on there. Oh, and we gotta close the door. There we go. Ready. You hear that rubbing? This didn't happen before, and it's coming right here where these glides are. You can see it is writing on the glides. You can barely see the white one underneath there. And then you scroll over, and here is the main bearing glide, these two gray ones on top. And you see there's some eccentric movement. See this? In, out, it appears to move in and out. It may not be perceptible on camera, but it has some movement in and out. Now, I've never looked at this before I replaced it, so I couldn't tell you. But nonetheless, the thing that strikes me as a layman working on appliances like this is the noise. Just like anything, you start hearing noises, you wonder what's going on. And sure enough, this noise is not coming from the belt. It's not coming from the motor housing down there. I can pinpoint it to these slides, the glide bearings, I'll call them, but the surface that the drum actually rides on. And that noise is louder than it used to be. And there seems to be no fix that I can find. Everything looks installed correctly, aligned properly. Pins are in. Let's turn it off. You hear that final click? See, so I thought I'd share that with you in case anybody else has experienced this. I'll call it normal. It has no extra heating. Something that's like feels like it's rubbing or grinding and causing above average heat to come off. And I ran it before for 60 minutes already, and no issues. I ran it with the normal, or right here, like the no heat, and as well as with the delicate low heat with the load in it, just to see if there's anything else that goes with it, anything wrong. But it's just not finding anything about how the noise happens with these new bearings is maybe informational to anybody else here that might experience that problem. And if anyone else has some problems, you can post it in the comments below, and hopefully that will help others as well. Thanks.